Anyway, we'll kick off today with a question from a lady by the name of Andrea who's been emailing me during the week. She's 58, 5'7". Her starting weight was 130 pounds and her current weight's 137, but she's saying that all her clothes are loose with a little smiley face emoji.
Oh, body weight.
Body
Okay,
weight,
gotcha.
yes, sorry, yeah. Her starting body weight. She's eating 1,800 calories a day, 150 grams protein. She sleeps 8 hours a night. On her non-lifting days, she walks about 5 to 10 kilometers, which is 3 to 7 miles.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep. It's her first time doing a strength program, and her background before that was more endurance cardio, such as running, cycling, boxing. And she decided to do pure strength training after a rotator cuff surgery left her weak. She's got all the stuff at home. She's got a squat rack, safeties, barbells, bumper plates. And she's been running the novice female program for about 8 months. And before that, she started with strong lifts, 5x5, and switched to starting strength in December. Her lifts are squat 35 pounds to 115, deadlifts 55 to 185, bench 35 to 92, overhead press 35 to 60. And she can do 6 to 8 unweighted chin-ups. And she's at the point where her lifts are increasing every fourth workout. And overhead press is being deloaded frequently. So she wants to know if she should move to a more advanced novice program or should she keep progressing slowly like this? That's a lot of information. But anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
want to
is.
take a chase or you want...
So it sounds like your recovery and all that stuff is good. If you're consistently hitting that caloric intake that you're doing and you're sleeping the same number of hours each night, that's fine. And then on the recovery day, I don't really see a problem with a 3 to, whatever kilometers it is, but I'm gonna say it's miles. 3 to 7 miles it is. That's fine. You may need to stop that pretty soon and just kind of solely focus on your strength training, but it's not gonna have that big of an impact. The main thing is though, you have to see if you're taking small enough jumps and you're not taking big jumps on your press and your upper body stuff. If that's the case, and you are taking small jumps, you just need to remember that the upper body stuff responds positively to more stress, not lessening it, right? So you're going to have to up the frequency or even maybe substitute some more press days or more bench days, whichever one you prefer, and to drive that. Now, in your bench or your deadlift and your squat, for example, they require less strength to help drive them up. So eventually you're going to have to lower the frequency so where you're squatting maybe twice a week, and then maybe pulling heavy once. And then playing with the other days that you're not pulling with lighter variations, doing chin-ups, which you are, then maybe try to do lighter deadlift, something of the sort.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I would say too. And just remember that it's not like you don't just like flip a switch and all of a sudden, oh, look, now I'm on program X instead of program Y. Like you're, as Chase is saying, okay, my press isn't going up anymore, but my bench press is still progressing every fourth workout. That's rad. So what you do is you just add a slot. It's actually okay. I'm sure I'm going to speak for Kay here and say you should totally be benching and pressing in the same workout at least one of those days per week. Like it is okay to do it. It's recommended. It's a cool thing. You're one of the cool kids when you do it. So like, you add a press, as Chase said, you add some frequency to the press. Usually 9 times out of 10, press go up. And then you're gravy boat again, right? But you're going to respond based on as your best interpretation of what the body is telling you. And, what that's going to be your best guide as to what change, because otherwise you're just making arbitrary changes for no reason. And that's not really as helpful.
I mean, the fact that she's 58, would that change anything in terms of programming?
I mean, it sounds like she's doing great. Like, again, I think that harkens back to like what we talked about previously, which is that 58 means she might not be as good as she was at 21, but it means nothing about how she performs compared to some other 20-year-old or some other 58-year-old.
Yeah, true. Yep.
So, and she seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, those are solid numbers.
Yeah, they're great numbers.
Yeah.
She did go on to say that she feels like she needs to take a week off from exhaustion, which is not due to the strength training, but she's got a few other things going on in her life. But she's eating and sleeping pretty well, and
So did she mention if she's did she mention if she switched the 3x5s to 5x3s, if she's doing triples at all or anything like that?
No, she didn't, but maybe that's something.
Well,
she can take.
if you're not and you're still trying to progress with fives, that's
Try
gonna wear
it.
you out.
Oh no, she
Or
did.
I would switch to
Yeah,
threes.
she did say she's been doing the novice.
Female novice linear progression. So
Yeah,
we can
yep.
assume that's probably threes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I mean, it can, if sometimes I'll take that as a heads up. If there's real life stuff going on, I'll take that as a heads up. That we need to sort of spread out the stress maybe. So like instead of going up on every exercise, every fourth workout, we add in an extra workout per exercise that like you can, or I'll take it on like a biweekly basis where like I break it up into every 2 weeks. So you progress your squat and your press one week, and you progress your deadlift and your bench 1 week, and that way you can kind of add in some lighter days. And I'll use that as like okay, we're not going to take a deload, right? We're not just going to stop doing anything because that's kind of silly. That's a lot. But we can lighten up the stress, smooth it out a little bit, let the real life stuff go away and pass, and then maybe after your recovery gets back to where it needs to be, then you can amp it up again, right?
Yep.